I recently posted a video of me disassembling this 100-year-old piece of furniture. This thing has seen generations come and go, and although it may not have been in the best shape, today part of it's getting a second life. So stick around to see how I transform a section of this piece of history into new family heirlooms. This dresser has some nice parts that I could repurpose, and the first thing I'm going to work with is the top. I knew right away that it could be turned into some serving trays and display boards. After carefully removing the top, I did a quick sand over just to take off the top layer, and then it was cut into 4 sections, and I kept the curvature of the edge to sustain a bit of its history. I could have just sanded these down and left it at that, but decided to take them one step further. I'm making these as gifts and wanted to add a special touch, hand-carved flowers and a tribute to the families these were being made for. I created a couple of layouts on the computer and printed those out. These get applied to the boards using spray adhesive. Here's the tip. First, mask off the area to avoid overspray. Spray the back of the image paper with the adhesive and let it dry for a minute before applying it to the board. Doing this will allow the paper to be removed when you're finished. You don't want to spray the board. If you do, you'll be spending a long time trying to get the adhesive off. Trust me. Using a trim router, I outlined each bloom and the other recessed areas. Due to the intricacy of the design, this took me about 2 hours for both boards. You can see now how easily the paper comes off. After marking where the engraved details would be with a Sharpie, I switched out to a rotary tool for the fine details. The petals, the curves, the depth that makes the design pop. It's a nod to traditional craftsmanship, adding something personal that turns these into one-of-a-kind pieces of functional art. I really wanted the details of the carvings to stick out on these, so I burned the wood with a butane torch. Using this technique allows for a variation of shades versus a solid black if spraying with paint. A couple of more steps, and then these will be finished. I sand the tops using 80 grit to remove the surface burn marks, and then continue working with 120 and then 240 grit on both the front and backs. The finish is where the magic happens. I chose to use butcher block conditioner to bring out the natural grain and highlight the carved flowers, and it's food safe. This not only preserved the wood's history, but made it practical for everyday use. Here they are, oak display boards with a century of history built right into them. Every scratch, every grain pattern, and now every carved flower tells a story. And instead of sitting in a corner, they'll be part of daily life again. If you've got an old piece of furniture, don't write it off. With a little creativity, you can give it a whole new life. If you've enjoyed this transformation, hit that like button, subscribe for more DIY rescues, and share your own furniture projects in the comments.